Hello students, in this session we'll see more about Excel. Hope I hope that you already know the basic of Excel, like this is the column A, B, C, D, these are columns, and this one, two, three, four, these are rows. Now let me tell you a few shortcuts like uh, control plus down. It will take you to the end of the row. What is the row label? You see 10,48,576. It means that in one sheet of Excel, we have 10,48,576 rows. You can just imagine the range of or the capacity of just one sheet. And we have so many sheets in Excel. By default, only sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 is there. But if you need more, then you can click this icon. Look at the mouse pointer. You can click this icon or shift F11 is the shortcut to have more seats if you need. And each seat has the same capacity. So we just so the capacity of how many rows are there in one seat. We'll see the number of columns also. But in between, let me tell you a few shortcuts as it comes in our way. Control page up and page down is used for changing the seat. See, I'm pressing, now I'm in seat 1. Control page down will let you to the seat 2. Control page down again will let you to seat 3. Shift F11 if I'll press, you see seat 4 has came. You can move. You can simply drag the seats to bring it anywhere. Seat 4 here. You can double click it to change the name. You can do anything. Or if you want to delete it, then right click here, select delete, then seat is deleted. And yes, always remember, if once seat is deleted, you can't bring it back. So never delete a seat without proper planning. Okay, if you have deleted, you can't bring it back. Only one way is there. Even if you have deleted a seat, then don't save the file. If the file is already saved, you have opened the file, you're working, and by mistake you have deleted a seat, then never save it. Just close it without saving, the seat will be safe then. If you reopen the file, the same seat will be visible there. This is very good kind of trick, you may say. And if once you have deleted a seat and you have saved it, there is no way to bring it back. No matter how important document was there, how important data was there in that seat, it will not come back. So never delete a seat unless you are sure. Fine, let us now come back to the basics. So you already know, if not, then let me tell you the how to fill the series. You need to know how to select also. Shift plus down arrow will select like this, and shift plus control plus down arrow will do what? Will select the complete column like this. Alt E I S, Alt E edit, I insert, S series. Alt E I S will come up with this dialog window, and this linear growth step value 1. If you increase the step value 2, 3, then accordingly it will increase. And so now what has happened? You see, series is filled. I'm pressing page up, I'm going up, and you see the speed. So 10,48,000. Control home is another shortcut to take you to the A1, cell number A1. Look at this. This is name box or address bar, you may also say. It shows you where is your cell pointer. The cell pointer is right now in A1. Control home is the shortcut to bring your cell pointer to cell number A1. Fine. So now let me tell you the way to select columns and rows. Control A, one time will select this. Control A again will select everything. Delete. I have cleared everything. Control space, space, the large key, the space. Control space will select one complete column, and shift plus space selects one complete row. Okay. And if you want selection like this, then shift plus navigation key, arrow key, or page up, page down will also help you to select. Okay. If you want multiple selections, this is very important, I'm telling you. Press Control key, use mouse for selecting multiple ranges. You see, multiple ranges are getting selected. With Control key pressed and mouse click will let you select the multiple selections. This is how we can select. Okay. Now what? Let us see number of columns also. Shift plus space. This complete row is selected. Alt E I S will bring this window. Press enter. And now Control plus right key. It will take you to the last column. So XEX is the column number and how it came XEX, XEY, XEZ and all. I'll tell you. But see here, how many columns are there? 16,384 columns are there in Excel sheet. One sheet, okay? And the same thing is available in all the sheets. So you may think of the capacity of an Excel sheet. I'm pressing Control Home and see how this X, E, Y, and were coming. So let us move to the right side slowly. Look at the changing column labels U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now what comes after Z? Let us see. A, B, A, C, A, D, E, F, G, H, I, A, J, K, L is like this. It will go till Z and then again it will start with B, A, B, B like this. And yes, and lastly, what will come up with? This XFD and 16,384 columns are there in one Excel sheet. It's tremendously large. It's a spreadsheet having these many. If you have a paper, how many rows are there? Hardly 50 rows. How many columns you can make? Hardly 5 to 10 columns, hardly. But in Excel, these many means it's so large. Now we'll see some more about referencing. So let us first understand how to make calculations. I've made a simple data having marks of the students. How we can make sum? There are a lot of ways of making it. The one which I'm now using is formula. Formula means you apply your formula. What do? We just either you just actually try to understand. This is a cell, this is a cell, this is a cell, this is a cell, and every cell has the address. This is called cell address, and how it is made. Cell address is, cell address is made by combining the column name and row name. Like if our cell pointer is here, then what is its address? D4. Look at the name box here. This is D4. It tells you the cell address. Where are you? Where you are here. E11. Where are you right now? Where is the cell pointer? Let's look at this. K16. K and 16 column. So this is that. So while using formula, what do? We put, you can, most of people do this. The new user, 78 plus 78 plus 56. We got 212. But this is the wrong process of doing it. We should not write the constant values. What will happen? Look what will happen. If in case we'll change this, like if I want this 87, then no change will be reflected here. Why? Because we have not added these cell addresses. We have simply added 78, 78 and 56. So if we'll make change here, it will not be reflected here. So that's why it is not good way of doing this. So how can we do it? Then do this. Click this C2, or you just simply use the arrow key, or you can simply type it also. E2. It is not case sensitive. It's okay. When it's small e, capital E, anything you can write. So this is what. Now if you'll make any change here, suppose I want to reduce some marks, it is 221, I want it 72, then see, it has changed, 215 it has been. So it will change. Why it will change? Because it is referring that these addresses, this is called reference, okay? It is referring C2, D2 and E2. If any changes will be made here, suppose I want it to be 93, then accordingly this value will 215 will change. Why? Because it is referring it. Okay, this is called cell referencing. So how many cell references are there? There are few kind of referencing, I'll tell you. But before this, let me tell you something. You not need to do it for every row. What you need to do, there are several ways, I'll tell you. Just make formula or find formula or give formula for one row only, and take your mouse pointer to the corner of the cell. Look at this, it will change. Thin plus sign will come. This is thicker, white plus sign. Now when you go to the right place, it will become thin, and then click it and drag it down. No need to drag it till this only, you can drag it further also. So this is what the marks is. Aishwarya is scoring very less. Let us increase her mark. 72, 62. See the changes that is occurring there. Huh? Now this is 0. Why this is 0? Press F2 button to see the formula. This is referring this. See the colors. This indicates that these C2. Now once we'll input anything like any other students we have added, like any name. 45, 85, and as we'll insert, things will go like this. Means you not need to worry about the calculations. The formula is just set. You just enter the data and things will be calculated properly. Okay, so this is how it works. You can do a lot of things. If you want to delete, select this, delete it, delete everything. So this was the one way. Let us delete it and try the another one. Shift plus down arrow as long as you want the formula to be implemented, and control plus D, D for down, control D. This also will have the same effect. This was the okay. So this is how it happens. Now what? Let us try to find the average. Average के लिए हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? You must know what is average. Average is sum of the number divided by the number of subjects. So what is the sum of numbers? This already has the sum of number. Now how many subjects are there? We have 3 subjects. So this is the average. The same way, shift plus down arrow and control D. This shows you the average. But you can see sum of the average of 5 digits, sum of 0 digit. So it's not looking even good. It's not looking good. So how can we do this? Press control plus 1. Okay, control 1. This brings you cell formatting, and these things have been already discussed in my videos. You can watch it. But here, most of the things are done from this place. Format cell. Control 1 is the shortcut for that. Number, 2 decimal places. Okay. Now see, it's looking now good. Okay. So this is how we can do this. So right now we are using formula and cell referencing changing. This kind of referencing, you know, is called relative referencing. Why? Because it is changing relatively. The formula I had implemented was F2 divided by 3, or here this was the formula. But once I used control D or such key, then what happened? The things automatically changed. It is relatively changing. It's changing to relation with this, it's changing again with relation to this, and that's why it is called relative referencing, where the cell number is automatically changing. So this is called relative referencing. There is some case when this is not required. Let me give you one scenario. We have assumed that these marks are given out of 100. Okay. If it is out of 100, then things are okay. But what if the full mark is not 100 and it's 120? 120. If suppose this is the case, means in Hindi, he has scored 72 out of 120. If this is the case, suppose, then how can we calculate percentage? If it is out of 100, then average and percent will be same. But if it is not 100, it is 120 or 50 or 200 or 500, anything else, then average and percent will not be same. Then how to get the percent if the full marks is 120, 10? This is the formula. Percent of this in each subject is of 120. So 3 subjects are there, then full marks will be what? 120 into 3, that is 360. Yes. So this is how we take the formula. 100 into F2, this is called percent of F2. F2 contains the sum in 360. 360 is the total marks. Normally, 3 subjects are there, then 300 is the marks. But for this scenario, we are taking it that each subject is of 120 marks. Then what is the percent? This is the percent. Control D. And we can do the same thing. Number. Okay. So 61%, 68%. But average is what? Average is 73 out of 120. Here 82 out of 120. But what is the percent? 68% or 43%, like this. So there's a difference between average and percentage. So I have told you formula for all the things, average or sum or for percent. But for most of the things, if you don't know formula, then what? If you don't know formula of average, if you don't know formula of anything else, then what? If you know, then it's okay. But if you don't know, then what is the way? I'll tell you. There are lots and lots of functions in Excel which help you to do the calculation easily. Sum is the function. Sum equal to sum, then give a bracket and give the range. This is called range. C2 to E2. C2 say E2 tak. Close it, press enter. It will give you the same result. Okay. Wait, same, control D. See, everything is changing. C5 to E5, C6 to E6, like this. Average, there is an average function also. Average of this, you just give the range. So this is the average. And since percent, for percentage, taking out percentage, there is no formula because you only know what is your full marks and all. Or let us see, is there any formula? Percentile formula is also there. Okay, you can do percentile formula also. But let us not involve ourselves in those things. Now let me, you have understood relative referencing where the reference changes. But what if we want not to change? If we don't want something to be changed. Like, let me give you one scenario. Suppose full marks is changing. Let us have full mark here. Full mark 360. It is right now 360. Now, can we do like this? Percent of this in this, because K1 contains 360, no? मुझे 360 में क्या परसेंट आ रहा है उसका वो निकालना है, तो हम ये लिख सकते हैं क्या? Let us see. Yes, we can write. Can we drag this like this? Then what? So see what is happening. Here, F2 divided by K1 is okay. But here what is happening? Changed. Since it is following the relative referencing technique, it has changed. Here F3 is changed relating to this row, and after K1, K2 comes, so it is now referring this because and it doesn't contain, K2 doesn't contain anything, so it become division by 0. The same thing has happened here, K3. The same thing has happened here, K4. It's relatively changing as per its nature. So this is a scenario where we want to change F5, F6, but not K5 and K6. We don't want K to be changed. We want this to be fixed, but this to be changed. So here what do we do? Here we'll put a dollar sign. When we put the dollar sign here, it become absolute referencing. It will absolutely refer only this cell. Now let us just delete this and do it again. Now you see things are okay. Why? Because now it is not changing. Only this is changing. F4 is changing, but K1 is still there. What is the benefit of this? The benefit of this is you, after making all the calculation and everything, finalizing everything, you got information that no, the full mark was not 120. Then what is it? Was 150. Oh, it was 150. Then why you said 120 was the full marks? By mistake, I just told you. So, in case if you have may finalized everything and everything, and later on you came to realize that no, the full mark was not 120, it was 150. Then what you can do? Nothing. You just change it here. 150 into 3. That's 450. And everything else changed accordingly. हाँ, ये सब बदल गया. क्यों बदल गया? Because they are referring to this cell. फिर से देखो. It was 360. See, as I'll type and enter, press enter, these things will change. This column. See, changed now. And as I will give it 450, then also it will change. So see the power of Excel. Everything is getting calculated absolutely perfect with no error and accuracy and fastness. So using this relative referencing and absolute or fixed referencing, we can do our work like this. Now, what will happen if we'll remove this? Actually, we should do this here. इसे मैं छोड़ दूं और इसे लगा दूं. Means dollar is there, K, but it's not there in one. So what happens? Let us see what happens. So K will be fixed, but it will change. Oh, means what? Means wherever you will put dollar, that will become fixed. It will not change. Now, if you do like this, Control R, right side calculation, then see, K is fixed. Here also K is coming, but H is coming. So you need to do practice to understand it. What I'm trying to say. It simply means that dollar, if you'll put, it will become absolute referencing. It will absolutely refer to that particular cell, row and column. You can, in both if you have given, both will be fixed. If in one you have given, one will change, one will not change. So this is called relative referencing. And the case where we are using both the situations, like here we are relatively changing, but here we are absolutely referring to the same cell. This can be example of, this is example of mixed referencing. Both kind of referencing are involved in this formula. So this is how we do the things in Excel. You have learned a lot of things today. Please practice it. Thank you for today. See you in the next class.